Hey guys, Andrew White here with Andrew White Consulting. We are a consulting business that does anything from marketing to business strategies with you, from websites to rebranding to full-on automations for all the things you need marketing-wise and business strategies. Also, awleads.ai is a new platform, an automation platform that we've developed and put out for you guys. Everything from helping you get to the top page of Google, to automating a lot of your systems and processes, to email campaigns, to SMS texting, all of the things that you need to make your business be on an automated system to run in a way smoothly that help you make you more profitable and actually take away a lot of the human inconsistencies that we get a lot of times when we put things in the hands of humans, because everything going through this automated process and this platform, a lot of it's AI driven. It's smart. It reacts to people and their conversations. And so we can help take a lot of the burden off you and your staff to be able to take care of all these things for you. We're really excited about that. Tell you a little bit about myself. I grew up the son of an air conditioning man here in Houston. And I'm now currently in the Woodlands area, North Houston. And my whole life, I grew up in attics. Stepping over rodents, that had been dead for months, all the way to getting stung by wasps in the attics. I can tell you all kinds of stories about my experiences growing up in air conditioning. And I spent a lot of my summers, a lot of my weekends doing business with my dad and riding around in the trucks forever. We would spend some of our best times in our trucks just sing to the oldies, songs together. When it would get so hot in the afternoon, sometimes we'd go celebrate by seeing some movies just to get out of the heat for a little bit. And then we would work, and sometimes we'd work until 3 o'clock in the morning. I remember being addicts at 3 o'clock in the morning and having to get up the next day at like 7 and be on the job at 7:30. These are the types of things that the life of home services and HVAC and others, they know about. It's also a feast or famine business. We would oftentimes have so many great summers. We'd eat steaks, we'd go to movies, we'd go out to restaurants, we'd have a great time. And then as a family, because it was a family business, in the winters, it was so tough, right? It was so tough. We ate like kings in the summer, and in the winters, wow. I remember we would not even have our heater on. We'd have to have the fireplace going, and you could see your breath when you go to your bedroom to go to sleep, because we were doing everything we could to just save and save and save. Well, I'm here to tell you that through all of those experiences growing up, one of the things that I did was I really paid attention to my dad's business. My dad was so good at loving people well, helping people feel seen and validated in their home life and their experiences, and he would make them feel so good while he gave them a really good outcome for their HVAC. But one of the things I noticed was my dad just didn't see a lot of the business systems that could have made him quite literally a millionaire. I've known other people who've had HVAC systems, or businesses rather, become millionaires multiple times over because they've sold one business and started another. And my dad just didn't have those tools that he saw. He wasn't aware of the same business principles. And so I just learned and observed and paid attention to some of these types of things. And I just applied my thinking to some of the things that we did in business. And I just started to see more steps of efficiency, things that we could be doing easily in our business to be more proficient. And as I got in my late teens, in my early 20s, my dad allowed me to start managing some crews and start not just doing installations, but even the service side. And so we started making more profit because I was just thinking more proficient, more efficient, anything we could do to change the business. And just to give you an example, instead of driving all over Houston, zigzagging from the north to the south, and then the furthest possible way to the northeast, I asked my dad, why are we doing that? Why don't we sit down and the day before and see what jobs we have the next day and see if there's maybe 5 jobs around the city, and we put them in order where the closest drive when we get done with each one. These are just some simple ways that we looked at how can we make more money, and all of a sudden our business became the most profitable it had ever been. And so these are the types of things that I had even just as in my young 20s. Fast forward, I'm an adult, I'm working in marketing, I've done professional video for about 15 years, then I start working at marketing agencies, and I'm doing pay-per-click ads, and I'm doing all kinds of things and consulting with businesses and nonprofits all over the United States, sometimes in Hawaii, sometimes Kentucky. All these things I'm taking in, I'm stacking skills, and when I look back on it, I'm like, wow, one of my passions that I have is I would love to see families that are in the home services, business owners who are doing everything they can to provide for their families, to have a better experience than what I saw with my dad, who, again, great in the summers, but in the winters when it was the hard seasons, man, I want to remove some of that suffering. if I have the ability with the skills that I have. And so that's why awleads.ai, I am so excited about what we have as an opportunity with this platform to automate things in your business and help make you more profitable. Just to tell you a little bit about, this guy that I knew who would go fishing, loved fishing, and would sit on the side of a lake and would hardly catch any fish, right? Bring everything that he had out, all the bait, all the tackle, go fishing, but just hardly any fish. He'd move all the way around the lake and spend all day long trying to go and find fish from the edge. And then one day, his friend came out who had a bass boat, and he had the right tools to where they could go attack some of the most populated and most densely populated parts of the lake where they could catch not just one fish, but multiple fish. And then it became a competition. Let's get not just how many fish we can catch, but who can catch the biggest fish, right? And this is the type of thing that I'm talking about with what we can do with awleads.ai. As a business, we have the ability to help you not just think of your local city where you do home services, where you have to sit on the edge and just take what you can get, but we have tools to help you go and find through marketing and through paid ads in such a way where we can target where the big business is. We can target where there's a more densely populated area to help find you the right kind of business. We can help you find those big fish that are going to help you get your payday. Some other tools that we have with awleads.ai that I'm really excited about is for solving the problem of that feast or famine summers, winters, right? We all have seasons that we're doing great and we have other seasons that are a little bit slower. We have tools that can take that, and let's say you have a maintenance package that costs you $400. And you break that $400 up evenly over the 12 months, we can automate that process to where you don't even have to collect it. You don't have to do anything. Your clients or your customers will simply input their information into an automated process through their debit card. You get paid equally every month. And if you do that 100, 200, 300 times over, you now have a stable income that you can rely on year round. For you and your employees to be able to say, you know what, we have everything taken care of. We're not in a feast or famine mode anymore. Can you imagine what that would be like for your family? To know that you have something reliably coming in every month. These are the types of things that we would love to do for you at awleads.ai. Another couple things that I'd love to tell you about. We have what's called the essential package for some of our automation. Some of those things that are included in that package are missed call text back. We have such a device that can help you set up on your phone where a phone call comes to you. Let's say you miss it because you're in a busy mode, you're on a job, doing a job, and you can't get to your phone. That could be a job in most cases. That could be something anywhere from $500 to $1,000 call that if you miss it, you may have just missed out on $500 to $1,000. We have a tool that when someone calls, if you miss that call, automatically within seconds, they get a text back from you and from the phone number that we have established for you with an AI-driven conversation to help answer all your most popular questions. Think about it. Most of us have about 8 or 9 questions we get all the time, the same 8 or 9 questions from customers. We can program that through AI to answer those questions when people come and text through. And in that way, by the time you get off of the job that you're on and you're distracted by that you can't pick up your phone, because let's face it, you're in a dangerous situation sometimes dealing with electricity or what have you, or in heights, and you want to put your safety first. So by the time you get off the job, there's already been a text thread through AI developed with this customer that's calling you so that they feel, for first part, they just feel seen, they feel taken care of. You've answered already some of the most basic questions that they have. And then on top of that, you can pick up the phone and call them and say, hey, how can I help you? You'll already know where the conversation went because you can see that conversation through the app that we have for you. Then you can establish that job, pick it up, and you'll never miss another job again. Think about how many jobs you miss per month because of missed calls. If you have 3 jobs that could be anywhere from $500 to $1,000, that's $1,500 to $3,000 that we can save you. And that's a part of a package that's only $299 a month. $299 that can help save you maybe $3,000 a month. It's a no-brainer, right? We also have something called automated Google reviews. One of the best ways for home service businesses to be found on Google. We all go to Google to look up our home services or someone we want to use in business to come to our house and service us, right? And so Google is where everybody turns to. Well, you know, it costs a lot of money to get sponsored up and maybe on the first page within your industry in Google. So we all know that Google reviews, everybody goes to see where Google Maps, you see the Google reviews for all the businesses we're looking up locally. We can help you do that in such a way where you are not having to beg your clients to fill it out. And in fact, most of us, we even forget to ask them, right? We forget to ask them for the review. We forget to send them the link to be able to do that. We have a system that whether it's through text message or through email, we can automate that process. That when you're done signing a client off and you collect the check and you give them their invoice, right then and there, they can be sent an email or a text to follow up with them. And if they miss it, if they forget, they get busy, they love the experience they had, but they just simply forgot, an honest mistake, we can automate it to come back in maybe a week's time to remind them, hey, we would love to get your thoughts on what we did, how we served you. Can you go to Google and do that for us? That process is completely automated. It might even remind them 3 or 4 times, however many times we want to set it up. And then when they do send a review into Google, you get to see that post. And not only do we see the post and what they said, it comes to us in our app, automatically there will be a response to them immediately. Thank you so much for leaving a positive review for us. We are so grateful. Can you imagine the experience of being a customer who has that experience with you? What does that look like for your business to be able to have those kind of automations, those kind of customer service touch points in place? How amazing would that be? And so these are the types of things that are automatically built into our Essentials package for $299 a month. Be able to give you a regular, dependable revenue that's coming in each month by automating the process for these payments for maintenance packages. We can do the missed call text back, making sure you never miss another call again, and then getting you the best way to possibly get on the first page of Google Found. Can you imagine if you have that automated process for your Google reviews and your your competitors don't have that? You have such a leg up on that competition. And so then locally in your industry, within 90 days, you will probably have a really good shot at being found on the first page within your industry in the local area. Is this worth it to think about? What would happen if your business had these things in place? How would your family eat in the winters? How would your wife consider what you're doing with your business in the way that it's smoothly operating now? How would the extra profit of never missing another call coming in help you do things with your family that you enjoy on the weekends? These are the types of things that I've considered, and I wish so badly that my dad, growing up in our family, had these capabilities. And that just couldn't have happened 30 years ago, but it can today. And so if you're interested in these types of things, please go to awleads.ai and go up in the top corner there. It says to book a call. I would love to talk with you. I would love to tell you a little bit more about this, or if you want to see it in action, we'd love to be able to give you a demo. awleads.ai. My name's Andrew White. Thank you very much.